Hi, my name is Mohammed and I'm a third year medical student studying in London. And if you're new to my channel, welcome to my channel. And I think being in medical school, learning about how the human body works, treating patients, how to manage their conditions, really makes us feel like superheroes. And I think this is an amazing feeling to have. However, medical school is a really long process, full of ups and downs, where we can experience so many difficulties emotionally, physically, and even mentally, to the point where sometimes our health and well-being can be on the line. This means that it's important to be self-aware of our bad habits that we are embracing during this process. And this is because when we're self-aware of our bad habits, we can start to consciously make better decisions to replace them with much better habits. Inshallah, with better decisions, we can start seeing much better results. So in this video, I want to share with you one of my top habits that I think many of us embrace, and even me. And also I'm going to show you what I do to avoid this habit and even replace this habit with a habit that's going to be much more effective. And I think this video is for anyone who wants to boost their performance in their studies and also have a great time in medical school despite all of the load, the stress that's been going on. And so without further ado, let's get right into the video. So in my university, the teaching has completely shifted from face-to-face to online, because of the COVID pandemic. And these days especially, my university has been acting like crazy because it has been giving out like 5 to 7 lectures every day for us students to complete. And this is a lot because you know how it is in medical school. You have to go through the lectures, you have to go through them again, you have to make notes on them, and you have to listen to the recordings sometimes. Sometimes you have to do flashcards and go through the flashcards as you embrace active recall and spaced repetition so you don't forget the information. It's a really long process. And so when I go onto the Google app on my phone to check the timetable, see what kind of lectures I have for the day, how many lectures do I have in the day, and when I see the timetable doesn't look good, automatic negative thoughts start coming to my mind. I don't have the motivation. I hate this day. I have to complete 5 lectures that are not explained properly. What am I gonna do? I don't have time to work out. I hate this day. And then I end up feeling as if I'm in a hole that I couldn't get out of. I feel that I hate what I'm doing. I hate the situation that I'm in. I don't want to do this anymore. Sound familiar? Have you ever been in a similar situation? Are you going through something similar? So, when we experience these negative thoughts, what should we do? So what we're hearing in our minds is the voice that keeps telling us these negative thoughts, that we don't like what we're doing, we have so much things to do. These make us feel terrible about ourselves. It makes us feel that life isn't worth living and we don't want to do the things that we do anymore. And this is called negative self-talk. And the important thing to realize about negative self-talk is the fact that these negative thoughts are happening automatically. And when we continue with these negative thoughts, difficult tasks like studying will actually seem difficult and tedious, boring, and we will never enter the flow state where we feel that time is passing by really quickly when we're fully immersed into what we're doing. And we'll not get curious about how the human body works. So what this means is if we continue with these negative thoughts, our performance in medical school will decrease. We will not perform as good. So the simple thing that you can do is be aware of the times when you tell yourself these negative thoughts. And this is because your thoughts will trigger feelings. And you don't want to experience negative feelings. you want to start experiencing positive feelings. And by being self-aware of the times when you're experiencing these negative thoughts, you can start saying, okay, I'm telling myself these negative thoughts. Now I want to start changing my self-talk to a much more positive self-talk. So make sure to avoid saying things like, I must do this, I have to do this, I need to do this, I have to do this. So when you tell yourself these, like I have to, I need to, I must to. So when you tell yourself these things, these very small, simple words, you're making it seem as if you are forced to do these tasks. The tasks that you're doing are not going to be as a result of a choice that you made. So when you make these tasks a result of your choice, you're going to take control of the situation. And when you take control of the situation, it's going to be a lot easier to enter the flow state, where you feel like time is passing so quickly. And this is because you're not going to fall victim on the things that you're doing. You're not being forced, and it is going to be less likely that you will complain about the things that you're doing. That's because you have made the choice to commit. You have made the choice to put in the hours, to put in the work, to be an amazing doctor, to be the doctor that I've always wanted to be. So what we can do to replace our negative self-talk to a much more positive self-talk is, for example, when you want to do a lecture, instead of saying, I need to do the lectures, instead you can say, now I get to do the lectures. I choose to do the lectures to learn how to treat patients, how to become a much better doctor in the future. So make your self-talk a choice. This is just one simple thing that you can start doing now that can help change your mood and increase your motivation. And I know it may seem like a hustle at first. It's difficult to start, it requires effort. And I get it. There's so much that you have to do. There's so much going on in your mind. And I respect that. But I want you to think about how much you can get done when you started embracing a much more positive self-talk. So our reality is determined by our thoughts, and our thoughts will trigger feelings, and we will behave depending on how we feel. So when we embrace a negative self-talk, we will experience negative feelings, and we end up not wanting to do the things that we need to do. So what happens when we start embracing a much more positive mindset? Our reality is going to be a lot better, because if we have positive thoughts, our feelings, we're going to feel in a much more elevated state. And when we have positive feelings, we start to perform better at the things that we have to do, like studying. So this way, you can make this simple shift from a negative to a much more positive mindset and experience a much better reality. So I know we have been through a lot in this video. We have talked about so many things. So I want you to take some time to reflect on these things. So what do you want to tell yourself when you experience difficulties? What do you want to tell yourself when you want to do hard things, difficult things? What is the feeling that you are after when you work? How can you get control of the situation instead of being a victim and complain? Always remember, when we're self-aware, we can start making better decisions. And when we make better decisions, inshallah, we can start seeing much better results. So I hope you enjoyed the video and learned something new. And if you enjoyed the video, please leave a like and subscribe for more videos like this about personal growth and development. And see you next week, inshallah.